Anyone who's been watching my channel for a while knows that I am a proud Asian boy living in Canada, and as such, I am subjected to buying Hasbro Beyblades when I go to the store. I usually do review Takara Tomy Beyblades, but that's because I can get them through Let's Go Hobby Shop here in Winnipeg. On the off chance that they can't get any, I usually turn to other Canadian hobby stores to get what I need. I woke up one day and actually thought, I'm going to incite some controversy, and I asked the question on Twitter, which is better, Hasbro or Takara Tomy? And while the response on Twitter to that question has been rather civil, I thought I would give my long-winded take to this simple question. For those that don't know, Takara Tomy is the primary owner and manufacturer of the Beyblade IP. Hasbro only has the distribution rights for Beyblade outside of Asian countries. Beyblade has been jointly shared between Takara Tomy and Hasbro since before the Ice Age, and most of the time it's been beneficial for the fans outside of Asia, being able to experience the joy of Beyblade without having to deal with the expensive fees to import them. Hasbro has for a long time done well in marketing Beyblades outside of Asia, but Takara Tomy aggressively markets Beyblades within Asia. Beyblade remains one of the top-selling toys in Japan, and Beyblade X has really recently revitalized the interest in the IP. Takara Tomy also has dedicated tournaments throughout Asia, and as a result attracts more interest in Beyblade. Because Takara Tomy is the primary manufacturer and developer for Beyblade based in Japan, they will be releasing the new Beyblades there first. Usually you'll be able to get them imported in Western countries a week or two after the release date, but you would probably have to pay more because of import and shipping fees added to the price, but regardless, you would still get it. While a single would cost maybe $12 or $15 in Japan, it would probably cost you $20 to $25 if you buy it from your local hobby shop in the US. Hasbro would only be able to let you buy those same Beyblades at $10 to $15 MSRP at your local Walmart or Target, however the drawback being that you would have to wait probably over a year and a half before Hasbro releases it. The plus side is that a lot of passionate Beyblade YouTubers would be able to buy and review the Takara Tomy blades, and that way you would be able to know if it's worth getting when Hasbro inevitably releases it. However, Takara Tomy also releases one product called the Random Booster for Beyblade, where there will be a set between 3 to 6 Beyblades, and you have a 33.3 repeating or a 16.6 repeating % chance of getting the Beyblade you want from that specific set, like opening a pack of Pokemon cards. Gacha systems like this are considered a norm in that society, and no doubt it makes them a lot of money as a result of admittedly predatory gambling practices. It just incentivizes kids and gambling addicts to dump as much money as they can into a single set on the off chance of getting whatever Beyblade is the prize or whatever Beyblade has the best parts included in it. Very recently, the latest random booster featuring Ghost Circle, the prize blade Ghost Circle, was competitively useless because of how light and how rounded it was, plus coming with parts that nobody cared about. The only reason that it's a hot buy is because Claw Leon in that one random booster comes with the yellow Elevate bit, which is one of the most sought after parts in the game because of Cobalt Dragoon. The random booster with Black Shell came with a blue version of Phoenix Wing and a green Wizard Rod with the 160 Ratchet and a Rush bit. 3 very competitively useful parts that could improve the performances of your whole team. On the other side of the fence, Hasbro has distribution rights to Beyblade in the Western world, although they have been rather slow about it since X dropped. Hasbro was notorious in the past for nerfing Beyblades for the sake of child safety, and as a result, it was not worth into buying Hasbro blades if you wanted to play competitively. But however, Hasbro has been releasing Beyblade X unchanged and unmolested ever since its release. Blades retain their original strength, weight, and quality, and thus are competitively viable. Hasbro also does not subject customers to gambling, and instead releases the prize blades in easily accessible sets like Shark Edge as a single and the anime accurate colored Tail Viper in a dual pack. And leaks have circulated we are getting the blue Phoenix Wing and the green Wizard Rod as singles in the future. Although again, the drawback is that Hasbro is insanely slow with their releases, as most places still only have Wave 1, and we only got the UX Blade, Dranbuster, and Wizard Rods in the Amazon listings. The Takara Tomy starters also come with winder launchers, but the Hasbro starters come with crap starter launchers and sell the winder launchers separately. So as we come back to the topic in question, what is better, Hasbro or Takara Tomy? My answer is, well, it depends. Takara Tomy has all the blades and accessories needed to really allow people to participate in a competitive space, while Hasbro allows easier access to players not living in Japan. The only drawbacks being Takara Tomy has a really huge pay-to-win system with its gacha systems, not only on the random boosters but also the app, where you have a chance of pulling Aero Pegasus, one of the top attack types in the game, and Hasbro does not have access to said blades like Pegasus and Cobalt Drake, and they do not intend to sell those anytime soon. And they also do not sell the standard size Takara Tomy arena or or grips or string launchers separately, and their releases are slower than Joe Biden giving an afternoon speech. Plus, they're locking Impact Drake, one of my most favorite Beyblades in the entire series, behind a stadium set, those assholes. But Hasbro also releases exclusive collaboration sets with Transformers, Star Wars, and Marvel, where the blades are just reskinned forms of known Beyblades like Dransword, and those sets are a lot pricier, but they come with decent parts as well, and they also serve as an introduction to newer fans to Beyblade. So Takara Tomy is good for competitive players, Hasbro is good for regular customers. Hasbro also can't or just aren't hosting competitive tournaments in North America, while Takara Tomy in Japan has been trying to push Beyblade to become recognized as a legitimate sport. My thesis on this question is really just depends on what you personally prefer, whether it's Takara Tomy to keep up with the latest Blade releases, or Hasbro to make sure you still have a savings account left. Plus, Hasbro so far has released pretty competitively viable Beyblades like Soar Phoenix, Keel Shark, Wand Wizard, Buster Dran, and Beat Tyranno. And also, we got exclusives like Roar Tyranno and Bite Croc. Bite Croc only just recently getting a proper release by Takara Tomy, but we got to enjoy having 2 Keel Sharks in our deck for a long time. But in conclusion, no matter which one you go with, or if you are like me where I go with both, you gotta remember that we are currently living in the peak era of Beyblade. Despite the Hasbro's distribution being kinda meh, the franchise itself is actually being handled by both Takara Tomy and Hasbro very well, and we fans are actually eating very good. And my real lesson to give to you is just enjoy the moment while you still can.